Amrita, your sergeant at arms, and this is my pleasure to invite you for another 39th weeks of VTC. Here at our club, we foster a supportive and encouraging environment where members can further communication and leadership skills, paving the way for self-communication and personal growth. Before we kick off today's meeting, I kindly request all of you to switch off your mobile phones or put them on silent. Please note a few important items. Discussion on sex, religion, and politics, as well as mentions of our institution, are strictly prohibited. Let's maintain a professional tone of work and avoid swearing on offense language. A gentle reminder, avoid crosstalk during the session and refrain from moving around while someone is speaking. If you need to leave the room, kindly wait until the speaker has concluded to avoid disruptions. From our speakers, please keep an eye on the clock. Exceeding the time limit may lead to disqualifications. At the end of the meeting, voting and suggestion forms will be shared, so do take a moment to fill them out. Without further ado, I now hand over control to our presiding officer. Consideration. Thank you.
Thank you, Natasha. Welcome everyone to meeting number 339 of the Amrita Toastmasters Club. Thank you all for joining us. I know it was pretty chaotic because we changed very last minute, but again, thank you all for joining us. We have a wonderful team today. We have two prepared speakers all set at the stage, and we have our tag team all ready to get into one. So before we begin the meeting, we have a lot of guests with us, and I'd like to take a moment to introduce them. So, to the guests, if you could introduce yourself and tell us what your favorite social media platforms. Starting from you. Any particular reason? Thank you for joining us.
My favorite food is done itself also.
All right. Thanks for joining us. All right, you.
My favorite social media platform is YouTube.
All right, thanks for joining.
So, in case of it's around like YouTube.
All right, thanks for joining. All right, the guy gets it back. Right?
It's our
What is that? So let's jump right into it. Because I now pass on control to our general evaluator. All right. So before we jump into the meeting, I would like to take a moment to recognize Roshni, who has officially become a part of Amrita Toastmasters Club. Thank you, Roshni, for joining the club. Thank you for the first time to be on. Well, now the role of a general evaluator is kind of evaluating. I will be watching all throughout the meeting like a hawk. I will be noting down all the things in the meeting and all the improvements that we could work upon next time. So that is the role of a general evaluator. And today, to assist me for this meeting, I have lovely faculty with me, Diamond, our founder, and Marian. So I would like to now call upon a timer for the day, so the show. Good evening to Toastmasters and guests and Toastmasters who explaining up my role as a so being a timer has advantages and one disadvantage. One is to what is that can do automatically want to stop the speech right away and have to get out as soon as possible. And the other one is you need to try and disqualify people by just for 2 seconds, 5 seconds. Really done. Being a timer and for the speaker also. So I think there's no such time disqualifications today in this class. So as a timer, it's my You need to take account of the findings, that is, for impact features and daily topics and the evaluation. For impact features, it's from 5 to 7 minutes. So I'll be showing this green bar of 5 to 11 minutes. And I'll be showing this yellow bar of 1 minutes. And then the second people I'll be showing red bar. The same follows for the daily topics where I show you 8 bar at first minute and yellow part at the end of 1 minute 30 seconds and the green, red part at the end of 2 minutes. And for evaluation, to be given 2 minutes, where I so the green part at the end of second. And yellow part at the end of 2 minutes and red part at the end of 2 minutes. You'll be given a 30 seconds buffer for all these companies. Come to practice. So I'll come up again to this is my report presenting about that function. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shobana. Next up, we have our contract of the day, Vakaresh.
Hello, greetings, fellow Toastmasters. Yes, I'm Toastmaster Mukesh, and my role is to be the art for the day. My role is to on the syllabus by speakers like when but next and fill up causes and sounds like on air and all. I'll be presenting my report at the end of the evening.
Thank you, Vakaresh. Finally, we have our grammarian of the day, who's on study.
My fellow Toastmasters and guests, I'm Madhumita Intermediate for today. So I keep track of the good and bad usage of grammar throughout the building. And let me introduce the word of the day, Sonder. Sonder means the realization that each passerby has a life as vivid and complex as your own. Let me give an example. As I sat in the perceived cafe, I experienced a moment of sort, contemplating the intricate lives unfolding. So again, the word of the day is sorted, and at the end of the meeting, I will start. Thank you.
Thank you, grammarian, for Madhumita and for Candy. So now let's jump right into the prepared speaker session. We have 2 prepared speakers today, so we'll both be delivering the L1 and P4 part 1. First up, we have Toastmaster Veda. L1 and P4 part 1. But before I call upon Toastmaster Veda to deliver her speech, I would like to call upon Shakti, which will evaluate Toastmaster Sean.
So, Toastmaster Radar is doing one project. We have a lot of guests here, so I'm going to explain what the project is and all that stuff. So, when you join Toastmasters, you're given the opportunity to choose a thing called a pathway. Alright, a pathway is how you want your speaking style to proceed. You have different things if you want to have like leadership oriented, so like speaks how to communicate effectively, things like that. We have this thing called leadership, dynamic leadership, or leadership development. And we have pathways of presentation mastery, how we want to do is present better, or make presentation, make speeches, right? So that's what a pathway is. Each pathway is divided into 5 levels, and each level has about 3 to 5 projects. A project is a speech. So the level 1 is a very unique project, a unique level in the sense that it's common for every single person. So every single Toastmaster you see here is either in their level 1 or has already gone through their level 1. You've done like the same set of speeches that you guys have. You guys will do when you become a Toastmaster. Alright? These are just covering the introductions, the basics of being a Toastmaster, your body language, how to evaluate other people, things like that. Alright, level 1 project 4 is your final project of level 1, right? And it consists of 3 parts. One is giving a speech. You'll get your evaluation on it. And the second part is inculcating and adding the evaluation that you get, the feedback that you get into your first speech, presenting it at. And the third one is doing an evaluation of the speech yourself. Alright. So Toastmaster Reda has already completed the evaluation part. That is, she's already evaluated other people's speeches. Today, she will be giving the part 1 of her L1 before. She will be giving a speech. And based on that feedback, she will aim to inculcate that feedback in her next speech. Alright. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Sean, for that overview on pathways for again and also for introducing Toastmaster Veda's college. So, Toastmaster Veda, are you ready? Alright. Toastmaster Veda, finding my way back to class, eventually. Finding my way back to class, eventually. Toastmaster Veda.
How many of you spend countless hours reading during your script? Okay. How many of you spend hours practicing something you absolutely love, like music or dance? Okay. Now think. How many of you actually spend the exact amount of time you spend that time for that one thing? Now, you spend the exact amount of time? No. Growing up, we all had a couple of things that we would absolutely lose ourselves in. And one of those things for me was basketball. I have been playing the sport since I was in the fourth grade. And every time someone asks me, how did you get into this sport? They expect me to say some sort of inspiring story involving Kobe Bryant or like Steph Curry or someone like that. But honestly, I genuinely have no memory of how it started. One day I was just playing, I guess. And every year, I mean, every single PE period or games period since the year 2014 has been reserved only for one thing, that is basketball. I have been a part of multiple tournaments. I have played in inter-house, inter-school, CBSE clusters, and one time in 2019, I even got to be a part of the state level under 16 basketball team, where I had to play for this club in Bangalore at the state level tournament. But I lost track of the number of tournaments I have been to in middle schools. So, let me tell you what I actually remember. I was not the tallest person in the team. I mean, of course, I was very far from being the tallest person in the team. But my PE teacher, she had this very, very amazing recruitment strategy. That was very, very simple. If you are tall, welcome to the basketball team. No, nobody cares if you know dribbling, passing, whatever it is, nobody cares. If you are tall, welcome to the basketball team. There I was with years of practice, struggling to improve my skills, and I was standing next to this random volleyball or football player who just got to be only because she happened to be 6 feet tall. I used to lose my voice shouting at my teammates during the game, only for them to misinterpret the entire thing and do the exact opposite during the match. We had, I still remember the absolute nonsense. There we used to give off court, the inside jokes we had, and the fact that somehow, even during the most serious matches, we would somehow find time to whisper the funniest thing to each other and lose track of the match. Every time we had a tournament coming up and we had to practice for it, I used to step into class in the morning at 8:30, drop my bag at my desk, show my face to a couple of people in the room, and then just leave and never come back until it was time to go home. Every time the teacher asked the class where is Sridhar, we all had only one answer. Ma'am, go check the coach, she'll be somewhere there. So, and yeah, one more very, very nice aspect of basketball are the warm-up sessions. You may think that the team would spend time stretching or basically preparing ourselves for battle. But no, warm-up is just synchronized chaos. Half the team would spend those 30 minutes stretching or jogging, etc. And the other half would just get exhausted by simply laughing at each other. talk about matches. Matches were the most unpredictable thing. There were matches where I could score 15 shots in a row and all of them would go in. At the same time, there were matches where I would get close to 20 shots and none of them would go in. And missing shots is a very important case for me. If you miss a couple of shots continuously, it will make you question your entire existence and every choice you make to be in that tournament. But there were some perks of being in the team. Every time we had a match, the travel, food, accommodation, everything was taken care of by the students. We just had to get on a bus or train, go play the match, and come back in 1 single day. Even recently, I got to be a part of the university team here in Amrita, and I had to go for the inter-university South Zone match that happened in December in Koimbatore. And let me tell you, that was the best time of my life. I got 8 to 9 days of boarding. I had nothing to worry about. All the expenses were taken care of, my tickets, my food, everything. And I did not even take my laptop. And that was the only week in the past 5 to 6 years that I've spent without carrying my laptop. So just imagine how peaceful that was. And above all this, above all the fact that all my expenses were taken care of, each player in the team also got rupees 450 every day as allowance for your stay during the match. So at the end of the tournament, even though we lost the very first match, we all of us hoarded the money that we got, and like it was some sort of unexpected treasure and came back home. So basketball was never about winning or losing. It was about the chaos, the friends I made, the coaches, the stories that I have to narrate today. It is about this sport has taught me discipline, resilience, and always knowing that people have your back. And anytime something goes wrong, you can always come back. So, fellow Toastmasters and guests, what's the one thing that makes you forget about everything else? The one thing that makes you feel alive, the one thing that makes you escape. Whatever it's music, drawing, writing, painting, art, whatever it is, hold on to it. You never know when this something will come handy in life. When some things get very, very overwhelming, you just have to hold on to this because it will become handy to you. So, find your basketball, find that one thing that helps you lose track of time. Something that keeps you out of class. Because eventually you will have to find your way back inside. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Veda. What a relatable speech, honestly. I think the best part for me in school was the classes as well. Because I would just say, okay, extracurricular activity. I have to go. And the teachers would be glad you would see me once. The morning hours, I would not even attend. So that was very cool. And I think missing shots is actually the most humbling part of basketball. Back in our school, some teams thought it was a brilliant idea to have the senior classes, that is the kindergarten classes and all, near the senior basketball courts. So let's just say I may or may not have thrown the basketball and some kindergarten has said. I pray every day that kindergarten had this insurance. But moving on. All right. Thank you, Toastmaster Veda, for one speech. Next up, we have Toastmaster Roshni. Everyone, please go part one. Before I call upon Toastmaster Roshni, I would like to call upon her individual evaluator, Toastmaster Amrita, to brief us all on Toastmaster Roshni from the page.
One of the very worrying comments by evaluator. Toastmaster Roshni, as you may have heard, is doing her L1 people part, same as Toastmaster Ray. And to not take it to Toastmaster Song, explained it so well. Let's recap it once. Level 1 is the level that all Toastmasters have to do, regardless of their part. And the level 1 project work consists of 3 parts. The first part is to give a speech. Then, once they receive evaluation, the second part is to improve on said speech, taking things into evaluation. The third is to deliver the evaluation themselves. So, Toastmaster Roshni will be doing the first of those 3 parts. I wish her all the best. Back to the
Amrita, Alright, Toastmaster, can you all say? Toastmaster Roshni. Weakness or heart? Weakness or heart? Toastmaster Roshni.
Just the other day, I was talking to Toastmasters Sean. Okay? I'm from the AI department and we don't have exams, like we don't have written exams, but we do projects. Okay? So I was telling you, we have a good month to finish our projects, and yet somehow, even on the last day, we are stressed. And it's like, that's on you. So I was thinking, why is that? And how do I do that to myself? I have one full month when I can prepare and get everything done at least 2 days before, and I still manage to get stressed the night before. I'll tell you how. Good evening, Toastmasters. Today, we'll be diving deep into the grand arena of procrastination. The anxiety filled, the caffeine fueled feeling that we all know and love. Well, some people call it a bad habit. I call it a strategic way. We are extremely good and extremely efficient at doing absolutely nothing until the very last moment of maximum panic. Let's be honest, we've all mastered the last minute miracle. I'm sure everyone has submitted their assignment at 11:59 p.m. when 12 o'clock was submitted. I'm sure someone has written their speech, started quickly 3 years before they were supposed to do it. Well, we're all, it's kind of a power thing to crunch up weeks worth of work into mere hours and still excel in it. Some people, the organized kids, call it a bad habit. I don't. Well, it's really up to your routines. Let's get serious for a moment. It's not just about being a couch potato, there's real science behind it, trust me. It's a battle in your head between your rational side and your emotional side. Your rational side says, do your assignment, Roshni. And then your emotional side goes, but Netflix. And generally Netflix wins, right? So, well, our mind is constantly trying to get away from the stress. When we have an assignment coming up, our brain goes, hey, you know what's less stressful? Organizing your wardrobe. And you don't even know it, and you're planning outfits for your imaginary vacation. Emphasis on imaginary. Oh, and the favorite, cleaning up your whole bedroom and your entire living space. It's not just procrastination, they're making our surroundings sanitary. It's a public service, really, right? Now that we've established what happens when we procrastinate, look at different types of procrastination. The first one, the last minute work. These are the adrenaline junkies of the time. They like to do everything in the last moment. Like they love the stress, the chaos, the extreme panic, and the cry out. They're really like a pressure cooker of sorts, where instead of steam, they release genius. The second one, the researcher. We have a task, and instead of getting it done, we make 20 to-do lists, 10 timelines, search the whole internet, and do we get the work done? No, a big fat zero of progress. Third, the accidental multitask. Just when I sit down to start working, I get a text from my friend and I have to reply. I get a call from my mom, which she says is important, but it's really about her sister's mother-in-law's. I don't know, someone's sister who fought with someone, and I don't need it, but apparently it's important and I have to. And then I get on my phone and somehow, I don't know, guys, I end up watching hours of cake decorating videos. I could give you all the normal advice saying follow guidelines, break down the tasks, be organized, stop procrastinating. But let's be honest. We are procrastinators and we procrastinate just doing all those things. So I'll give you some real advice. Embrace being a procrastinator. Since we thrive being last minute workers, set fake deadlines. Trick your brain into thinking we have to finish something way before we have, and maybe, just maybe, it might grow. If not, if all falls down once again, just make sure you have qualified a good amount of caffeine and you're good to go to complete your task and thrive once. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Roshni, for that wonderful speech. You don't have to tell me twice about being and having to embrace being a procrastinator. Okay, I am an excellent master at procrastinating. So, yes, thank you for that wonderful speech. And with that, we have come to the end of the speech session. Next up, we will be moving on to the table topic session. So, for the guests, table topics in the session in which you will be given 1 minutes per speaker, and you'll be getting a topic by table topics master. And for those 1 to 2 minutes, you can take whatever comes under the umbrella of that topic. So, let's jump right into the table topic session. I would like to call on our table topics master for the day, Mr. Nadella. First, so the guests would know how table topics work. So I like call upon Toastmasters. Get that mistake. Technically. Super. Viral for something on social media, what would you want it to be? Want it to be? I prefer viral on social media. Has anyone heard of Tumblr? It's my favorite corner of the internet. I thrive there. That's where I go every day to find out that I will face your needs in real life. And I actually have this law that no one has yet been able to identify, and no one will take it. Great. But what we do is in this weird little we run that's clear with that no one on the internet knows anything about, just suddenly go wild. The thing about Tumblr is you don't know if the blog is famous or not. Because there's no follower count, it's not like Instagram where it says 2.5 million followers. So we have no idea how famous the person is following on Tumblr is. But I have around 600. But what would be cool if we could just add 3 photos, statements to the end for my section? I've been working on this blog very hard for the past 5 years of my life. I did take a break during COVID. Not good during my first. It's a little very. Next, I will call upon a guest. So I call upon similar work. Yes, Shreya. Can you describe your before social media phase and after social media? Good evening. To start off, I think I've never had a before social media phase. I think I only had an after social media phase because I was born in 2005, and by the time my dad already had a phone, mom already had a phone, I did not have a phone. I mean, but when we were young, whenever we were young, our parents' phone, sorry, not our parents, our grandparents were not considered to be our phones. We do everything there. Notorious stuff, useful stuff, maybe not. And everything else is there in our grandparents. And I think after social media phase is kind of so fun because by the time you wake up and then you brush your teeth, you would have already liked 3 cat videos. You would have already commented lol on some meme, and you become those best commentators, very well overthinkers, and I think the most effective spectators in regard to all kind of deals or memes or whatever. So I think, as I already said, there's no before social. I think none of us have a before social media life. I think we all have an after social media life. So I think let's continue to reply. Let's continue to take our time to reply to all the okay messages, to by giving stickers, to reply to our parents, even though we are not very interested. To sometimes like the cat videos because it's kind of going so viral in social media, and I think that's about my after social media.
Next guest, Shreya. Next, another guest from the friend body. Shmi best represents your life. Which meme best represents your life?
The main purpose of my life and my classmates life is that engineering needs that so many people are share. I mean that many people are studied engineer after that they got no jobs and they are working on Swiggy, Zomato. That's the viral been going on our classmates' phone and in my phone also. That engineering is a good course, but I don't know why people have chosen that without any interest. Uh, I don't think that it will not affect my life I I'm not going to share that meme to any some of my friends because that meme will affect their life and their motivation. If I
Thank you, Keshava Prasad. Now the next guest, Oracle Space. Next speaker. Next. Perhaps social media accounts with a celebrity for a day or two. Who would it be and what would you
Say the fear of this one. Don't do that by I don't believe that can force at this point. Social media detox. What was the experience?
So she told me what is detoxing social media. I don't have Instagram in for my MP. Deleting before 4 minutes. Why I deleting? Because this talks. We all know Instagram is toxic, only part. But Instagram is non-toxic contents. I'm saying about the Instagram is non-toxic. I'm actually saying the content is toxic or non-toxic. So what we choose to content is our choice. So we'll choose what the content I want to see or read. This is my choice. Whether I choose non-toxic or toxic, it's my choice. So I will choose like non-toxic only. So I did inside. So it's your choice to choose your toxic or non-toxic. That's all.
Thank you, Christina. Next. I waste a lot of my time on a daily basis for Instagram. I have not been able to maintain my life as such natural. Every now and then I feel that okay, so Instagram is like very much distracting and I have to uninstall it. I uninstall it and then 1 week later it's again back on my phone. So I haven't been able to maintain. Thank you, guest Sampika. Yes, it should be. Younger children having social media accounts is dangerous. Do you think younger children having social media accounts is dangerous? Good evening, President Moshe. Hi, Shruti Shakti. According to my perspective, I do see that having younger children having social media is really dangerous. We can look at it at both point of view. At one, if you look at one side, nowadays we see children exposing their talents in social media, like they dance, they sing, speak, they do every extra curricular activity. They post on any social media. But if you see other perspective, nowadays, like when I was kid, my parents used to show me Dora cartoon, and that's when I eat. I don't even swallow. I just gulp it. In. So and also they don't give me mobile phone. They only show me the cartoon. That they don't make me have control over mobile phone or any kind of electronic. So as I grew up only in I think in ninth or in my 10th standard I got my mobile. So before that I only used my mom's phone. So my mom doesn't use the mobile phone unless until it's very important. But if nowadays if we see kids, even the first UKG or first standard kids are having Instagram account, they post new viral videos and they become famous. And these kids are very mature than we were when we were. But this also can lead to a positive way and we can see it in a negative way also. But it all depends on how we use and how we control kids on how they use it either. So like four guests left. Can one of you volunteer? Right on. Somebody from the front bench.
social media platform, what would it be like?
Uh, I would very much like to get an opportunity to implement a useful social media network like that. So I would like to implement that social media network like it should be useful to every age category of people and it's just useful in many ways possible. And it should be it should be easy to access to everyone and I need to be reached to everyone so it can be used along the corners of the country. So,
Thank you, guest Nitish. And last question, guest Satwik. So many channels like Cartoon Network and others have shut down or are planning to shut down. Do you think social media use of the younger generation is a reason or is it something else? Ronnie? Many channels like Cartoon Network and others have shut down or are planning to shut down. Do you think social media use of the younger generation is the reason or is it?
so good evening, I'm Ajoy. So I grew up watching Cartoon Network, Lava, everything. So Cartoon were my favorite day. And I don't know, the kind of says watch those things and grew up because that taught me a lot. I mean, more than school scholars, I grew up watching these things. So why did they shut down? Why I go to shut down? I think it's because of the social media. Because children have access to different content. There are multiple contents in YouTube, in different platforms. So I mean, there are the companies won't be able to make profit with children like that. So they are, I mean, one way for children to watch these cartoons again would be if we implement a platform in the online where again these cartoons come into action and they watch that. So I think yeah, it's because of social media. I think.
Well, that ends today's ED session, and I'd like to pass over control to Lars to evaluate the Toastmaster score.
Thank you, David Thomas, for the question. All right. Now we moving into our individual evaluation session. So for the guest, in the individual evaluation session is basically a session in which the prepared people would get feedback from their individual evaluators on what are they doing good, on their improvements, etc. So first up, we have Toastmaster Veda's individual evaluation. The short.
Sure, I will search for that word in Google without sounding crazy. Okay, so I haven't searched in Google. And talk about what I'm sure. Okay, I don't sound crazy to Google search. But onto the evaluation. Toastmaster data version was doing and 1 3 4. Let me hear your response to this. How do you guess this? Right. It was it's not hard. It was a very excellent speech. All right. The thing about some speeches, later once you go in your topic, you continue along your topic, you get more like speeches, they give you a sort of what to talk about, right? So level one is your most freest level where you can talk about whatever you want. All right. Later, once they'll be like, okay, talk about your communication style, or talk about your leadership style. Things like this, it becomes more pointed. Your level one is where you get to show off your creativity and you get to tell people more about yourself. All right. And I think that Toastmaster Beta has done an excellent job in showing people a glimpse of her life through this speech. This is for you, two basically. But a couple of notices at the beginning. You start a bit too soft. You ask questions, comments, that's excellent. But you went too fast. All right. Ask someone question. Give them a second or two to digest that question. Then expect the results. All right. They were, like I mentioned, very good questions to start off with. You know, reduce the stage move. One no longer you just keep taking across the stage. But there were points where I felt we were walking a bit too fast across the stage. That I felt was mostly because you remembered you had to do stage movement and then decided to maybe, maybe not. But yes, movement is still a bit intermittent, and whenever it happens, it's still a touch too fast. It's just a matter of practice. Once you practice more, it becomes more natural to you. You had very excellent maintain icon and philosophy. Is the hand that has it like that, very nice. Your voice, very loud, very clear. When you sit down, your vocal cords, consistent. And it's very fun, but there is, I want to talk about using vocal variety very much. Because the issue is, when you go to downwind or you lose the advanced vocal variety, right? So when you go down, you lose your variety. So it's a sort of reverse difference. You can't be loud and have vocal variety at the same time. So there were points where I felt when you may have vocal variety. I like it. I bit more details. All right. You need a bit more practice. That's basically as a mind of certain practice, especially when it comes to your speeches. Practice a bit more. And learn how to do this speech. When you were talking about passport, it's not just about the knowledge, it's about the party. So excellent. I look forward to seeing how many this changes.
All right, so you know, Master Sean, for your constructive feedback, on the feedback or commenting, all right, moving on. Next up, we have Toastmaster Roshni, the individual evaluator, Toastmaster Amrita.
Thank you, Mr. Okay, so first of all, Toastmaster Roshni, congratulations on completing your L1 number part. Round of applause. I noticed you made two major changes where that done, which is one, you usually stay rooted to the center of the stage. Today you played the effort and you walk. I appreciate that very well. It wasn't too much, but you included it, felt very nice. And as a person of the AI department myself, I could relate heavily to what the sorcerer said. We have projects all the time, and yes, we have time for them. You get a month, you get two, you get three sometimes. But if you allot that much time, it's going to take that much time. And it ends up coming down to the last 2 days. And you don't know where all the time went, you don't know where you procrastinated it. And it is such a little job. Very well. I like the way you characterize yourself. You did this in your previous speech as well, where you were the mom. You found something about yourself that spoke about them. Related to everyone, but you made it personal to yourself. I love the way you do that. One improvement I would suggest if you are making your proclamations and asking questions is when you say something like, what is the rational and emotional side say? One thing is, I love the acting. One other thing is, look at the audience. Somewhat at the audience, listen to the side, they will be saying, give them a bit of a different voice. And in some cases, it's better to let them answer, which is, what is the rational side say? Okay, now do your work. Everyone knows that. So it's a good question to ask. Easy answer. Yes or no side. And the way you segregate them into types, which is the one you got, the last minute genius, the multitask. I like found different types of procrastination because we often think it's just one. But to clarify, you can have procrastination even in false productivity. Be productive in everything else except one matters, which I like. And the set false deadlines advice I will take to heart. I will revisit it and by this. One suggestion also I will take, your writing is miss an hour or hour. And while we all saw the inherent question, which is procrastination a weakness or an art form, I would like you to elaborate why it's not. How do you masterfully paint a picture? Is this inherent or level or is our concept? And then one more thing I would suggest. I saw the writing part now by 5 minutes and ending your sleep. With the remaining time, some of them you have very strong storytelling potential. What I want you to do is to the next stage. Think about the entire experience of the world here. Face it and narrate it. Because I think we all felt related to Roshni's speech. We all procrastinate. We all have our moments where, okay, you really have to do something, but really don't want to do it. So we all felt the connection, but it showed us like a hero story almost, like not a hero story, but completely failed and lost out on your assignment or submitting at 12 minutes or 11. It's like, wow, to get more analytical text. So is that very helpful? Keep that with it.
Thank you, Dr. Aditya, for that wonderful evaluation. Now we come to the end of the individual evaluation session. Now we're moving into the tag team and the code session. So basically, the tag time on our comparison. We're now be presenting their reports of the entire meeting. First round, I'm going to call upon a timer for the day. The show is perfect. All right, very good today. I have to do all the evaluation. Please give a round of applause. We don't have any time of time is calling interested. Into the slot. So for the fact speed section, we have Toastmasters Roshni, who spoke for 7 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Roshni, who spoke for 5 minutes 20 seconds. And for tabletop session, Toastmaster Amrita, who spoke for 1 minute 16 seconds. Yes, Shreya, who spoke for 1 minute 46 seconds. Yes, Shiva Prasad, who spoke for 48 seconds. Yes, Vimki spoke for 9 seconds. Yes, Ambika spoke for 21 seconds. Yes, Shruti spoke for 1 minute 45 seconds. Yes, Nitish spoke for 37 seconds. And finally, yes, Advai spoke for 1 minute 3 seconds. And for the evaluation session, Toastmaster Sean, you spoke for 3 minutes 17 seconds. And Toastmaster Aditya, you spoke for 3 minutes and 12 seconds. So over to the evaluation. Thank you, Timer Toastmaster Shobana. Next up, I call upon our upper today to finish.
So here's my report on the outcome. The first master Veda had 2 terms and 1 repeated word. He and Roshni had 2 terms. He and Kanita had 1. Yes, we had 6 terms and 6 hours in 1 term. Yes, Shiva Prasad had 1 term and 1 hour. Yes, Shruti had 3 hours. Yes, Nitish had 1 so or 2 repeated words. Yes, Andrej had 4 so's. T and Sean had 1 hour and 4 terms. T and Aditya had 1 term. I can I hope all of this is alive.
Thank you, Dr. For next up, we have Dr. Mary.
Back with the so far, the word of the day, Sonda. I don't think anyone used it, but as it was useful for sure, let's all go. So the book is really cute, but then I had a difficult time writing. My handwriting is really small and the columns was really tiny. So those marks were made up. Missing shots make you humble or something like that. It's really good. And basketball was never about winning, it was about the chaos. And one thing that keeps you out of class, I really liked it. Then those masters go, grand arena of procrastination, last minute miracle, battle between the rational and emotional side, then the term adrenaline junkies. Toastmaster Harshita, hi after facing the other week, clearly you did a really and Toastmaster Ishita, procrastination is very common saying. And Toastmaster Anitya, massively trained fiction. So they're not so good areas now. A thing called pathway could be pathway. Lose track of the match could be lost track of time. Spend those 30 minutes could be just spend 30 minutes. And but there was a perk could just be 2 perks. And 1 full month could be an entire month. A big fat zero of progress could be a big fat zero in terms of progress. 3, 4 more could be 3 to 4 more. Kind of so fun could be really fun. Viral means going on to be viral means circulating. Not toxic context could be non-toxic content. What we choose content would be the contents we choose. When I was kid could be when I was a kid. People's wrong just people. I need it to be reached could be I hope it has a mind of good reach. I would love the children of this to watch, of this age to watch could be I would love all the children of this age to watch. And there is one more thing, profit out of children, which sounded very wrong in the context. So we profit out of the target audience or viewers. Very excellent eye contact to be just excellent eye contact. And where all the time went could be where all the time I spent. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you for very much for coming that wonderful grammarian report. All right, now that we've heard that we can explain the general values. Starting with something hands like that, like teach you. Moving on to the general values. My hand is flying. All right, the meeting started at 1 p.m. on that. The few interviews and the essay to be slightly a bit loud, but you were upside by the moving on with the preparatory session. Congrats to both our speakers on completing their L1 T4 part 1, which is you very humbly narrated your life experience with basketball. I started making your parents. And the Roshni, science and profile. For the meeting session, the topic master, highlighting follows come to that. On Toastmaster, then again. Note to the guests, introduce yourself to the table topic session so that you can note your names down. Back to the table topic master, you had an exciting topic. I think they will slightly a bit more engaging. The guests as well, you were all several of you were first timers, but you had wonderful speeches, so good job on that. Moving into the evaluation session, both the individual evaluators gave an intro on their speakers, project speeches and their roles, and they gave good feedback on the job as well. Moving on to the improvement part. 3 main improvements. First up, clap more, because I think towards the end of the session, slightly had a diminished amount of clap. Next, shake hands. So this is something that we follow in Toastmasters. So when you get on stage, shake hands on stage before you exit stage. Same again, shake hands. Okay. Finally, this is just a general note. Rather than saying TM or GE, stick with the abbreviations, go with the expanded part, that is Toastmasters or general evaluate. Okay, so just a general note. Apart from that, I think we had a very good meeting, and I would like to now pass over control to presiding. All right. So with that, we have come to the end of meeting 339. The essay should have set for the room. The guests, voting forms will be sent to you shortly. You please pass around your support to that. Yes, please take a moment, that is your favorite prepared speaker or your favorite role play of the day. And with that, we go. Yes, maybe phones on the side. I see. I am not of guests on the side. Thank you, Master, for sacrificing your votes for a bit. All right. How was the session, guys? What is it? Good, she's okay. It's a changing of it. We get some feedback while you're voting. I hear something. All good, all right. So just a couple of announcements while we're voting. Tomorrow at 9 p.m. we will be having an educational section. By someone.
It's short.
By someone. I don't know. Again, you are welcome to join. It will be held online on Teams at 9 p.m. We will be having an education session. So an education session is basically a short 20-minute session in which Toastmaster speaker will basically kind of enlighten you about some particular topic. Tomorrow we'll be having a session on scripting, that is structuring your speeches. So if you'd like to find out who the speaker is, please join at 9 p.m. tomorrow. Apart from that, we will be having our NMO, that is new member orientation, on 25th. So to the guests, if anyone would like to join before the new member orientation, please pay up. You're welcome to approach our Vice President membership, Toastmaster Roshni, if you have any queries on membership or joining the club, any doubts on the process for joining the club, all right? So yes, while you move studying. We have going minute. I have a very guidance also.
They require us.
Well, then sort of my phone. Oh, I got it's fine. It works.
I have to.
Problem. Oh, it's here. Oh, can you take a headcount at please? It's called.
Thank you.
All right.
I
So you have my spot. You got some. Just forget it. And I check out something. Where was she? How I remember. Yes, I say you're missing. Yes, you're missing. 90 responses. I'm assuming you're the missed. Shall we give first month of Veda 30 seconds? Someone maybe you
Of course,
that's not right. She has done whatever was really difficult. Veda, your voting is irrelevant. All right. 20 responses. All right. Okay. How did it reach 20? Did I even take once?
this
I think it's real. Did you vote? No, I did.
is anyone.
21 responses.
Okay, that's the case.
So, okay, fine. All right. So now we're going into the results announcement. The best prepared speaker for today goes to Toastmaster Roshni. The best individual evaluator goes to Toastmaster Asif. The best table topic speaker it is Jess. Yeah, congratulations. Fourth player goes to our grammarian Toastmaster Mandela. Best now it is the backward sword, which all right, yeah. All right, with that we have come to the end of meeting 339. I'm waiting for Gavin. Yes, thanks very much. We have a joint meeting 239. Thank you everyone for attending the meeting. You're welcome to join our page for a quick group photo and then we can disperse.